Hi ladies, how are we getting on? Girls, this is a video that I'm putting together based upon the point available for food each day on the 21-day plan. This video is going to be slightly longer, okay? I'm just going to give you a bit more of an idea as to how to track your calories, how to make it easy, and why it's essential that we're consistent, okay? I'm not going to put loads of boring information in this video either. I'm going to share a little bit more in the Facebook group throughout the 4 weeks. One thing I've really noticed is if we give you an absolute shitload of information right at the beginning, not all of it goes in and we can start to feel overwhelmed sometimes, all right? So essentially, for your point for food, every single day you must track and hit as accurately as possible a certain amount of calories. Now, a lot of people complain that tracking calories is really overwhelming, it's really boring, it's time consuming, and it doesn't fit in with their lifestyle. But what I wanted to point out to you in this video is that you do not need to overthink counting calories for it to work. The only thing that has to be on point is consistency. Because how I measure my calories versus how you measure your calories might be completely different. But if I am consistent with the way I do it, we will still get the same information or same results back from doing this kind of program because the variables won't change. The idea with tracking calories is that you know how many you're consuming, you look at your body or you do your checks, at maybe a halfway point or in 3 weeks, and you see whether you're losing body fat. If you're not losing body fat, all we need to do is slightly lower the amount of calories that you're intaking or increase the amount of energy that you're burning over the space of a week. We don't need to go into it in any more depth than that. It's dead simple, it's dead easy. Everything that we buy from the shop, whether it be fresh or a packet, has a calorie amount on the back of it. If it was me, and I did this exact thing the other day, I fried myself off some mince, and I did it with some mushrooms and some onions, and I put a little bit of dried seasoning in it, and I served it with some rice. So I've looked at the packet of mince, and it says 100 grams of mince is X amount of calories. The packet is 500 grams, so I know I'm going to consume half the pack. Generally, I don't really weigh or add in my veg. Reason being is because the majority of people on the planet didn't get overweight from eating veg, okay? And generally, most of us don't eat enough of it anyway. So I kind of get half my mince. I know how many calories that is. I throw my veg in. I put some dried spices, herbs and stuff like that. I don't count any of that stuff when I'm doing it. I didn't put any oil in. And then my rice, I was actually eating a bag of microwave rice that day because I didn't have any cooked off. So again, I look at the bag of rice, I work out how many calories the whole bag is, and I think I'm going to eat half of it. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. It took me literally 5 minutes when I was creating my meal. And I know that it's different sometimes when you're cooking for family. That particular day I was cooking on my own. But the best way to do it if you're cooking a meal for, say, 3 or 4 of you is before you cook the dinner, get all of your ingredients out on the side and do exactly what I just did. Add up the calories of everything that you're putting in. If you've got, I don't know, whatever you're cooking, say you're making a lasagna or something like that, you're putting a pack of mince in, you're making a sauce. So you're putting half a pack of butter in, you're putting half a block of cheese in, you're putting your lasagna sheets in, and you make it. And when you've made it and you've added up all the calories that have gone into this dish, just portion it, evenly. You don't have to weigh it out and think about it, overthink about it. Just think to yourself, right, I know 5,000 calories have gone into that dish and I've got 10 portions out of it. So my portions are 500 calories, right? Easy. I want you guys to start to develop habits with food. And for you to stick with it and be consistent with it, it can't be complicated because you'll just forget it. So the simpler, the better. There is no tricks or anything like that in terms of timing. When you eat your food, you can eat it at any point. You can fast all morning and eat it later if you like. Whatever. There's no trick. There's no benefit to doing any of it. The thing that we're keen on is the total amount of calories consumed each day. Okay? Now, within your calories, for you to get exceptional results over the next 4 weeks, what I would like you to do is aim for at least 30 to 35% of your total daily calorie intake to be from protein. Now, this is something we talk an awful lot about in the gym because a lot of our clients find it very difficult to hit the protein count. And whilst I'm not somebody that recommends or tries to push supplements of any kind, I don't actually think there's anything bad with getting yourself a whey protein shake. All right. The worst thing about it is it's probably going to be minging. But if you were to have 1 or 2 shakes a day with some water or some almond milk or something like that, chances are you're going to get an extra 50 to 100 grams of protein in your diet per day. Protein is essential for lots of stuff. It's essential for recovery. It's essential for muscle growth. But it also keeps you full. So when we are in a calorie deficit, technically we should be hungry because we're not eating enough food for our body. Protein will help with that. I don't want you to make it any more complicated than that, girls. That's the 2 things. The calories, I need you to hit a certain amount of calories every day. I need you to track it however you feel comfortable tracking it, but I need you to be consistent with the methods that you use. And I would love for you to aim for a good portion of your daily calories to be protein, okay? I will talk more about this over the next 4 weeks. I'll post some examples of my dishes in group. Please fire any questions you've got about nutrition to us. It's not an issue. Protein should be the consistent macronutrient in every single one of your meals, okay? Your carbohydrate and your fat intake can change, no problem, but try and keep protein the same in every meal. And again, we're not looking for perfection from day one, we're looking for progress. So have a go. Let me know if you've got any questions.